Hey, how you doing? This is what, part 2 of the 4-part series?
Part 2.
On shoulder health.
Shoulder health.
So in the first video, we talked about pain in the front of the shoulder.
Yep.
In the second video, let's talk about pain on the top of the shoulder. I'll get people, clients would talk about that all the time. Pain at the top of the shoulder, AC joint pain, acromioclavicular joint pain. I sound smart when I say that. So what's going on and what should we do?
A lot of things that are potentially going on here. Another one could be bursitis.
Oh, okay.
Again, rotator cuff tears, again, bad posture. There's a lot of shoulder health that, typically goes wrong. So what's happening here is supraspinatus muscle sort of comes through, dives underneath that AC joint. If, again, we're in this bad posture, we're creating a little bit more tension, whether it's now upper trap, it is supraspinatus. That is like one of the number one muscles that is torn when it comes to rotator cuff issues. So if we do have a little forward drawn shoulder, we're adding a little bit more tension, a little traction in that area. Over time, we're creating like a little grinding or a little irritation. That irritation causes swelling, swelling causes pain. So our job here is now to try and sort of reset that shoulder, sort of draw that scapula back and down. Let's see if we can offset, upper trap and the supraspinatus area to decrease that tension on that AC joint.
Excellent. This seems to be a theme, right? Is that a lot of this forward shoulder stuff is causing a lot of this pain. I've heard doctors refer to AC joint pain as bench press shoulder even from people doing a lot of presses, probably because they're not getting that good shoulder mobility.
Definitely.
You're going to show us some movement now. What's different about Dr. Brink, one of the reasons why the Mind Pump team loves him so much, is he doesn't just show you typically a movement where you're just getting, because he's talking about getting in this position here and just getting stronger there. A lot of the times you show us movements where you're moving within that new position because you want to be able to control the entire movement. So what do you got for us?
So today we have one that, again, I don't even know where I came up with this at,
That's why we'll call this the Brink move.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a name out there, then we can get it. So today what I'm using is, my office, I use these CLX bands from TheraBand. And so they've got these little loops in them. So we're going to create tension, and we're going to create tension through your entire range of motion. Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is just go ahead and just put your hand in between both of those loops there.
Okay, I'm going to use my right hand here because my right, actually, AC joint sometimes gives me problems, so this will be great for it.
Okay, so we can start in all different positions. We can start with it low, we can go middle, we can go high. Again, my job for you is I want you to be able to control all ranges of motion.
Got it.
Right? That's when injury sort of happens, right? We typically go to the gym and we like to strengthen our body in one range of motion. Injury rarely ever happens in that range of motion. So it's like it's the lady reaching over behind her car and she's grabbing her purse, right? It's a 5-pound purse, but yet she can overhead press 100 pounds. She grabs her purse and she goes to lift. Well, when she lifts, what happens? Shoulder now snaps.
Yeah, this is super common, when I'll work with like strength athletes and they'll go throw a baseball or just do something out of the ordinary. And these are strong people who you think would never hurt themselves, and yet they do. So, all right, so how do I start this position
So
here?
I'm going to start you. We're going to rotate you all the way around here. Yep, keep coming all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. So what we're doing here, and I want you to take a step towards me. So we're adding traction. So the band is pulling you towards your left. You are trying to pull towards your right. You are actually creating a little traction. We are causing this joint here to start to open up a little bit.
I can actually feel it right now.
So you can even just sit in this position. Well, now what we can also see is how you're sort of forward drawn. So what I want you to try and do is now drive this shoulder blade back and down. Okay. So as you squeeze the shoulder blade back and down, that resistance is pulling you again to your left. Right. You want to try and pull to your right.
And I'm not pulling with my bicep here, right?
No,
I'm just using the shoulder blade. Okay.
Just using the shoulder blade. Again, we want the bicep to try and relax as much as possible.
Okay, maybe Doug can get behind me here. Get a good shot of that arm behind me. So what I'm not doing is this, right? Yep. I'm kind of letting this part relax, but I'm pulling the shoulder blade back at the same time.
And again, we want to have good, posture as well. So we want to make sure that you are standing upright, that you're not dipping down to the right, as well.
So I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Okay. So as you're doing this, what we want is we want to keep constant pressure through the entire shoulder blade.
Got it.
Right? Your bicep is going to want to take over. We don't want the bicep to work, right? We want you to work through the entire shoulder blade. So as you slowly start to rotate around, we want you to keep constant pressure. So keep retracting. That means you have to take a step towards me a little bit more as you're doing this. You're always adding that range of motion.
And I'm letting my arm kind of go straight, but I'm focusing on that shoulder blade, and I turn. And do I do a full complete turn?
You're going to go full complete. So what we're doing is we're going from maximal internal rotation, all the way over into this rotation here.
Excellent.
So now from here, as you're standing upright, if you let this band sort of pull and you squeeze the shoulder blade at the same time, you actually get a cramp sitting right in this area.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, that's what you're wanting. You're wanting that maximal, movement into that shoulder joint.
Got it.
And then we just reverse it the other way around.
Got it.
So as you keep pulling that shoulder blade back, now you slowly start to move, keeping tension, all the way, keep going. Keep rotating all the way around towards me, trying to use that bicep at all. And again, keep that band pulling.
Wow, that is a lot more challenging than it looks. That is very, very challenging, but I can feel the shoulder working in ranges of motions I don't normally train it in.
Yeah.
I mean, I never do exercises in this position, and I shouldn't, right? Because I'm not good at it, but this would be a great.
Yeah. Okay. And again, what we can do is we can always change the vector, right? As we change the vector, we can go from low to high or high to low, either or. So you're just always changing what the shoulder is doing.
Excellent. And so slow reps, constant tension.
Always.
And like the first video, you recommend people do this frequently rather than doing one long hard session.
Now, obviously, this one's a little bit tougher because you got to have a band, you have to have a pole or something like that. But you can always take a band and you can stick it into the door.
Yeah, the door or doorknobs is what I usually recommend.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dr. Brink. Look, we drop a new video every single day, so subscribe to this channel. Also, at the end of this video, there's a link for 30 days of coaching for free. Check it out.